they're gonna proceed to the finals in Poland as we count this match down to first serve. Meanwhile, the USA will take a break. They will not qualify for the finals, but they are qualified for the Olympics. So they're gonna work on that as Larry, right on cue, delivers the first point for Japan.
Larry brings a great energy for Japan. He really competes hard. He likes to show when he's got his energy flowing for him straight away. Early kill and gets the team running around.
Larry is already a pro, plays for the Panasonic Panthers. Serves that one out in a little bit of adrenaline rush, perhaps.
That is the downside of having a lot of energy. Sometimes you need to rein it back and keep the ball from sailing beyond the end line.
So Max Holt to serve. Holt had a 15-point performance against Brazil, but rested versus Germany, so he's pretty fresh coming into today's match. And Miura, one of the top scorers for Japan against France, knocks that one in.
He was epic in their previous game against France. He put the Superman cape on at points and carried a big offensive load to support Yuki Ishikawa.
Only stands 6'3", and he was up in the air yesterday. Just drilling holes in the defense of France. That cross court is good for Kyle Ansing, who also is coming off a day off against Germany.
It really shows how much we expect from Micah Christensen, that when a set of the quality of Micah Ma'a is his backup, plays his club volleyball in Halkbank, Ankara and Turkey, and had a really good Champions League campaign last season.
Ansing. Now back row play there for Otsuka. USA Kessel off the great big. And no up for Fukatsu. Now there's number 3 of Japan, trying to keep it alive. He is 36-year-old Akihiro Fukatsu, who will start at the center position in the place of Masahiro Sekita. Hasn't had a lot of playing time here in the Philippines. Only one excellent set against France, 4 against the Netherlands. Japan on the attack. Another good job in the back row, keeping it alive for Cody Kessler. Masato Pai, that's returned. And this one is through the block. Kento Miyaura once again.
I'm starting to get the feeling, Eric, that no matter who wins the point, the cheers are going to be deafening. It's a huge crowd, and there's amazing cheering no matter what happens for either side.
I can barely hear myself through the headphones. That's how loud it is inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Excellent receive coming from Kessel. There's Ensing flying in for one. Fukatsu pops it up. A chance ball for the Americans off Otsuka. Another back row hit, Ewart, and that is off the dig attempt and outside.
It is the way that the US likes to play. This pipe, or as they call it, the fast pipe into the space left by the middle blocker running, especially when they're running towards the setter or on the shifted play as well.
The red shirts up by 1, 4 serving 3. Cody Kessler, a VNL veteran. Miura popped up by Ensing. Ewart. Well, good job by Shoji keeping it alive on the dig. Shoji again. Oh, terrific 4 defense, but on the tail end of that, Jordan Ewart sends it into the antenna. Another thrilling exchange. Both teams showcasing superb floor defense.
It will be a feature of this game, and for both sides, just the determination to not let the ball hit the floor.
There's Taishi Onodera. That's an ace. First point for Taishi Onodera since he scored 4 versus the Dutch. Came off the bench against France, but today is the starter for Coach Blaine. Now Japan on a 2-point run takes the lead, and that pass over and out.
different receiving group for the USA. So for Eric Shoji, a challenge to find out exactly how things are going to work between the three of them. Cody Kessel, a recent inclusion to the squad. Jordan Ewart did play in round 1 in Turkey.
Nice hit coming from Averill. Blocked by Ma'a. Averill again. And he got it finally a side out for the Americans, stopping the three-point run of Japan.
It'll be interesting to see what different looks the USA will give with Micah Ma'a at the reins rather than Micah Christensen. There an example with Taylor Averill, the ball being run behind a couple of times.
Averill, also from the University of Hawaii, serves that one into the net. Coming off a 9-point performance versus Germany. Here's a close-up of Akihiro Fukatsu. And that's off Fukatsu and outside.
The difference between Ensing and also DeFalco when he hits right side and a player like Matt Anderson is that the speed is there. It's a flatter ball that's set a little bit more aggressively, so they can really launch onto the ball and play into the space of the block before the block closes.
Service ace for the 27-year-old Micah Ma'a, who's been with the national team over the last 6 years. 112km/h serve. Seven all. USA on a bit of a run, but they throw that one away. There's Coach John Spiro on your screens. 11th year as the head coach of Team USA. Japan up by 1. Tatsunori Otsuka to serve. Now one outside. In. Service ace for Otsuka.
The bicep flex is a very Larry celebration, but it appears to have caught on extremely quickly with his teammates.
It's a subtle flex. Smile on the face of Coach Blaine as Japan on a 2-point run. Up 9-7.
And the US being called out of rotation. Micah Ma'a leaving too early. I know that the opinion from John Spiro and Micah Christensen about this decision will be in sync.
So a 3-point run for Japan. Ma'a to halt. Japan on the attack. That's Masato Kai, a 20-year-old who plays as a pro in France. And a crowd roaring. Like what Liam said, for just about any kill here in the opening set. Timeout for the USA.
Okay. Right here, boys, right here, right here, right here. Hey, listen. Guys. When you fix the reception and leave the ball and inside out and block and defense, we take the ball. Remember number 15 here, and one step in the right to number 15. He's over all the time, 6'1", and play open in perfect and flush, okay? Hey, Micah, 5 is good to show 1. 5. What to do? Okay.
Javier Weber takes the lead in that USA timeout. For the USA, 2 very different type of players in the outside hitting position with Jordan Ewart and Cody Kessel. John Spiro is almost standing in the reception lineup himself right now. Retreats to the bench. Cody, high flyer, really likes to play the ball high. Jordan Ewart likes the ball to get to the tape, really likes to be able to work and take small angles, work off the block.
You got a crawler on the serve by Otsuka. It wasn't an easy ball, but Team USA finds a way to attack with force.
And Kyle Ensing indeed does like to attack with force. That's his style. Just get after it. Jordan Ewart sends his serve just long, having had a wonderful season in France for Saint-Nazaire. where he ended up as the champion. Well, not just himself, his whole team joined in, of course. Great to see him getting his opportunity for the USA. Larry will now be serving for Japan.
Larry Ebadedan. Kessel. There's the up by Miyaura. Katsu. A nice little push from Otsuka. And Eric Shoji just narrowly avoided getting trampled on.
He went full turtle spec on the floor there. Just make yourself as small as possible and hope that Ensing doesn't skittle you. Ma'a does a wonderful job putting the ball in front of Kessel, so he has some choices to make. It's not a save. He can do something with that ball and be aggressive.
Here's Max Holt out of Cincinnati. Went to Penn State. Overpassed. Ma'a. One-handed set. Kessel pushes it outside.
The first contact letting the USA down. Taylor Averill unable to get the ball right in the window for Micah Ma'a. And it was all chasing after that.
And Kento Miyaura becoming a fan favorite after a heroic performance against France. Along with his 19 points, he had a block and a couple of aces. Speaking of aces, that went into the net.
Yeah, that was not one. that was the error. The opposite of the ace.
Kyle Ensing stands 6'7", looking for his first points here in the third leg. He played versus Iran and Canada, but didn't score. Fukatsu. Nice pop-up by Ewart. Kessel. Oh, finds the opening, Cody Kessel.
This is what Cody Kessel does. He really goes up and high points the ball. He's not always going to swing as hard as he can, but he forces the block to stay with him. And then he has so much verticality that he can pick his shots a lot of the time.
USA trailing by 2, 11-13. Fukatsu. Oh, to Miyaura, and a triple block right there to turn him away.
Taylor Averill with the finish. USA now just down 1.
Nice little run here by the red shirts. There's Averill on your screens. Another bad pass. Fukatsu chasing it down. Masato Kai popped up by Ewart. Shoji will play setter. And that one is going to be long, but there's a touch, it seems, so Ensing will score.
That's a great set by Eric Shoji, sending the ball long. Ensing goes off the block. And at 13 apiece, a Japanese timeout.
Pretty deep, huh? Guys, number 23 is not a strong spiker. You have to be clean. Huh? Timing should be good, and you have to be close, 1 hour together one. Huh? You have to be efficient on this. Right now, it's difficult that pipe works if you don't play quick. It's difficult to have a pipe well working. Huh? So we can open. Allez, go.
Well, Coach Philippe Lane zeroing in on number 23, which is Cody Kessel, saying he's not a strong spiker. Only 3 points for Kessel. Second leading scorer right now after Kyle Ensing, who has 4.
Well, Kessel's athletic ability does force you to respect him on the block. You can't give him an open look because he has solutions. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but he's high, his timing's good, he can play fast. He finds ways to score.
Ensing, bad pass by Masato Kai. He gets it back. He can do nothing but push it. Averill was right there. Kai against the triple block. That could have been outside. Ewart picked it up. Kessel pushes. Kai again. And terrific defense by Team USA. Despite the timeout, USA is on a roll, up by 1 now.
Jordan Ewart making some nice plays in position 6. It is a challenge for Japan, the French coach, sorry. But there are some different players in the USA lineup. They wouldn't have a lot of information on Cody Kessel from his time with the national team, a little bit more from Jordan Ewart. Micah Ma'a hasn't played a huge amount.
And it's time Miura, only solution is to try and bounce it off the block. He's been blocked a couple of times already.
This time Cody Kessel falls victim of his extreme athleticism, the ball coming off his head. And we're locked at 14s. Masato Kai serving for Japan.
That is outside.
Cody Kessel, normally a float server.
Fukatsu. Now it's a quick one, but it seems like, yeah, it goes outside off Onodera.
The challenge for the block touch, admitted to by Taylor Averill. That will be a green card for the USA.
And again, at the end of the competition, team with the most green cards will take home $30,000 US.
Just a faint touch by Taylor Averill. Good of him to admit that. Of course, the challenge was coming. We would have got to the right result in the end.
15 all. Onodera, who just got married last April, and this one is outside.
Oh, congratulations.
That's right.
What a lucky lady.
As team captain, Yuki Ishikawa, who pumped in 33 points yesterday.
Just a lazy 33.
All his games for Ishikawa in this Philippine leg in double digits. 19 against Canada, 15 versus the Dutch, and 33 against France in that 5-set win. Japan looked like they had no business winning that match. Lost 0-2 going into set number 3, but they turned it around. Max Holt. Katsu. Nice hit coming from Otsuka. Ewert. Oh, one-man block! Terrific defense by Miura.
Kento Miura makes the read. It is a play Jordan Ewert likes. He likes the ball really tight to the net. When he sees the space, he tries to jam it past the block. Kento Miura right on top of that play. Great awareness.
Now Japan on top by 1. Again, in case you're just joining us, as Ewert pounds it off the block. Fukatsu is there. And a nice hit coming from Otsuka.
Miura once more makes the right read on Jordan Ewert. And it is Otsuka who is there to take advantage at the end of the play. Timeout, USA.
Hey, he made a couple of nice block moves there. Keep doing what we're doing. He made a couple of nice block moves. Hey, remember, this is real important for this one, right? Okay, it's real important. This is real important. Yeah. Go ahead.
Point one, point from one, play 5, we need to attack to 1, point to 1, because position 2, 5, 2, 1, okay? He's in front, he makes
So the thing that John Sparrow didn't want to say out loud because there was a microphone in the timeout, Javier Weber may have dropped him in it there at the end. Position 6, so Cody Kessel in this moment with Masato Kai, or Masato Kai's back row, sorry, with Otsuka front row. He wants them, Cody Kessel in 6 to play all the way over to position 1 to protect the ball off the block.
And again, no Michael Christensen, no Matt Anderson in the starting lineup. No TJ DeFalco as well for the USA. They're on the bench, they're suited up, and we don't know if they're going to get inserted by Coach Thomas Sparrow. Miura! Ewert saying he didn't touch it. That point awarded to the USA, no challenge for Japan. Here is TJ DeFalco. His 20 points in a 4-set win against Germany. Ishikawa, we mentioned 33, and Ishikawa has not seen a second of this match along with Nishida and Sekita. Chance ball for the Americans. Ma'a. Ensing. And goes wide.
At the moment, the only thing stopping Kyle Ensing is himself. He's had a really good series of attacks from the right side, just missing wide. Japan haven't found the right position, and when they have gotten the ball in defense, they haven't been able to control it.
Otsuka into the net. Been numerous service faults for Japan here in the opening set. And it just explains why it's been a tight one. So Shoma Tomita checking in for the first time, didn't play against France. Coach Tom Spiro. That service way outside for Jordan Ewart.
Toss getting out in front of him. Still looking to have some soft touch on the ball, but didn't have the body position to really control it. Elbow out in front, just ends up pushing long.
Larry, out of the University of Tsukuba. Ma'a. And there's a nice swing from Kyle Ensing.
Both Kai and Onodera didn't have any rhythm in this block against Ensing. There was a little shuffle. It wasn't a really big dynamic move from Kai. Onodera didn't seem to make the read at all.
So USA within one. As Max Holt serves. Fukatsu. Masato Kai. Right on the foot of Jordan Ewart.
Ewart's positioned himself pretty well so far. He's been playing almost heels to the baseline and he's been able to pick up quite a few balls. This time on the high ball, Kai sends it just short, but he's got the position almost exactly right.
So Japan able to distance themselves a little bit, up by 2. Late in the opening set, Ensing keeping it alive, getting really up close with the scorer's table, and that one is 4 touches against Team USA. Officials checking if there's damage to the LED. LED's fine.
Well, how about their knees? Miura continues serving.
Now a 3-point lead for Japan. They can afford to really pour one into a serve, and that one into the net for Miura. Looking for the easy point, and backfired. 5 service errors each late here in the opening set. Nice up coming from Ogawa, and it pays off. And a great pass. Japan scoring again.
Shoma Tomita steps out. His role in the receiving line done. Tatsunori Otsuka comes into the front row. Match up between Otsuka and Makama'a.
Service ace for Masato Kai. And 3 points for Masato Kai already. This is his biggest output in the 3rd leg of the VNL.
Really tough serve getting between Cody Kessel and the sideline.
Terrible pass, and that'll do it. In the first set, back-to-back aces for Masato Kai and Liam, and it's a comfortable 5-point win for Ryujin Nippon here in the opening set.
In the end, it was their ability to get in front and stay in front. The coherency within the team that we mentioned in the introduction about there's a group of guys who've just probably spent a bit more time on court together. So the USA certainly has the talent, certainly has the physicality, but the coordination as a group maybe not quite as dialed in as Japan. So finding their way in the first set.
No starters, no problem for Japan. Miura leading the way with 6.
Will be the one to get us underway. Set 2, USA, Japan. Kessel goes just wide. Not being able to get his front foot on the angle he wanted to be able to cut off the ball.
One nothing start for the Japanese. Go ahead, Liam.
Sorry, Eric. Well, it was a 1-0 start. It's now 1-1. Otsuka sends his second serve into the net. under the watchful eye of Philippe Blanc. Max Holt will be the first server for USA.
Holt has been a pro, playing in Italy, Russia, and even China. Larry got it.
Pumps up the bicep. Once more, going to Larry early in the set. And once more, finds the angle cross court. Even with Taylor Averill reaching back, staying inside, not moving his body out to try and line up, and reaching back. Larry still gets it past the block.
A couple of points for Larry already. Ma'a. Nice push from Kyle Ensing.
I've got a theory that mostly about Brazilian players, but I can add Larry to the list now, that when you go by one name in volleyball, you just choose the name of one of my dad's mates. Some old guy name. Larry, Alan. We see a Jeff or a Russell out there. Well, there are some Russells on the USA list.
Kai is turned away. My theory is if you go by one name already, you're developing into skyrocketing to popularity, like Prince.
Well, you do refer to yourself as just Eric, and everyone seems to know who I'm talking about when I speak about Eric around here.
5 on the serve clock for number 5, Kyle Ensing. 1 point lead for the USA. Not anymore. Masato Kai ties the game at 3. Masato Kai now with 5. That one bounces off the net. Ensing keeping it alive. There's a block against the USA. Meantime, Cody Kessel pounds it in again. Ogawa pops it up to Kai against 3 blockers, pushes it. Nice defense by the USA. Floor defense from Japan. Averill. Oh, perfect dig coming from Ogawa. Shoji. Ensing flying in and setting it outside.
I really like the way that this USA team is trying to play. They're not afraid to take a swing, which is not a conventional approach to the ball. Ogawa makes a point-saving dig on Averill. Ma was looking for the fast ball to Kessel in transition. I like what they're trying to do, but it's this connection. They're timed together. Not quite able to pull it off at the moment.
2-point run for Ryuji Nippon. Miyaura allows the USA to tie off a service fault. There's TJ DeFalco, and I'm waiting. There it is. The roar of the crowd. He's a fan favorite here. Back row. There it is. Miyaura.
Looking for a bit too much angle.
Went wide. Miyaura was looking for his 7th point. Instead, it's going to be the 5th point for the USA.
So now on the reset, look if Jordan Ewart goes to block the line. Miyaura's gone cross. Couldn't find the space around the block. Maybe the next shot goes to the line.
This time, Averill with the rejection. Did a battle of runs.
One of the rare blocks you'll see in the middle, which is not a commit block. Averill stays at home, reads the situation, takes 1 step, right read, toe jump, hands in the right place.
2-point lead for the Americans. Kessel with a serve. Onodera gets it back and gets the side out for Japan.
That's the better set. Lets Onodera work at the top of the block instead of trying to squeeze past the tape. So once more, Averill takes the step. The ball a little bit wider in the seam between Averill and Ma'a. That'll be a point for Onodera and Masato Kai to serve for Japan.
Remember, Masato Kai 2 aces to end set number 1. And this one passed much better. Ewart. Yep, gets it through the block of Onodera.
This is Ewart's counter move. He really likes the ball tight to the net and out to the antenna, where he can either work with the block or swing on the line. And then he does have this sharp cross-court angle when he feels like the block has chased him all the way and the space is gone.
USA back up by 2 as Avril serves. Fukatsu, little combination play. Otsuka, that is popped up by Avril. Wait a minute, there's a net touch going to be called on Otsuka.
Couldn't control his momentum following through onto the net. And a lovely little one-arm dig by Taylor Avril in defense. 2 hands are for beginners. Advanced skills on display by not just a middle blocker, a total volleyball player, Taylor Avril. And the blondest mustache going around.
A nice serve, but Ogawa with an almost perfect pass. And another perfect monster block for Team USA.
Teams have struggled with Kento Miyaura to find the right position on block against him. No problems so far tonight for USA. Timeout Japan.
Best blocker, guys, for everyone. Best blocker, that remain middle blocker. With the big tendencies to take diagonal, and so use the middle of the block. If you cannot hit a little bit higher, this here, there, stop. Okay.
That is 4 block points already for Team USA. And a 4-point lead, forcing Coach Blaine to call a timeout. This is his first timeout.
High praise also from Philip Blaine, identifying Max Holt. He is their best blocker. He wants to dive with his hands back in and take away the diagonal. So we cannot just swing away when Max Holt is front row. He's a player they need to be aware of all the time.
Max Holt stands 6'10". A pretty capable blocker, moves very well laterally. And that hit is long. Miyaura looking for a touch. It's not there.
Japan had the best of the early running, but now things swinging back in USA's way in the second set.
And in a big way. This is the biggest lead for the red shirts. As you look at Nishida, who really struggled yesterday, only a couple of points after scoring 19 against Canada and 16 against the Netherlands. From the back row flying in, Masato high. Knocking his 6th point of the game.
Lovely spacing on this pipe. Onodera takes the middle part of the court. Kai runs into the gap. Ma'a doesn't want to come all the way across in case the ball's traveling past in position 4. Really good use of spacing by Fukatsu.
Taishi Onodera. Wasn't even strong, he was just lobbing it over.
He hasn't had the touch today on serve. It's a couple long. Looks like the elbow's a little bit low where he's getting the trajectory up out of the hand instead of going up and reaching it, trying to serve more down into the court.
Michael Ma'a with a serve. Fukatsu to Otsuka. Popped up by Kessel. Ensing. Little off-speed hit. Fukatsu with a touch, so Ogawa will set it. Go to Miyaura. Oh, through 6 arms and in.
This is exactly what Philip Blaine was asking about. Don't hit Holt. So he goes at the first blocker, Hewitt, and just finds the seam in between the two. Shoma Tomita will come in. Otsuka out.
Otsuka coming out with 2 points.
Fukatsu will be the server.
Holt. Sato Kai picking it up. Kai again. Back row. This time, no go.
Kessel and Holt all over this. Cody Kessel, Ensing takes his starting position and never moves away. He knows he has time to make the move to his left to look after Miyaura.
USA able to protect a 5-point cushion. Miyaura picked up by Kai. Fukatsu goes to the rear, and a nice little push by Shoma Tomita.
Tomita using speed as his friend. Kessel comes flying out, never finds a spot, just keeps drifting on the block. Tomita takes advantage of his hands to score, now has a chance to serve.
It's a 4-point game, 8 serving 12. Oh, nice looking serve from Tomita. Shoji with a great pass. Ensing is turned away. That is picked up by Holt. Ensing will push with 2 hands. Ogawa sets it up. Go to Miyaura, bouncing it off the block. Terrific floor defense by the Americans. Ogawa as well, popping it up. There you go, Miyaura wins the tip. Ma'a and Singh sends it over. What a rally. Masato Kai drills that one in.
Japan was the first team to get the ball back under control. Lots of scrambling on the USA side of the net, making chances, but never got a chance to have a full swing. The closest they got and was handled well by Ogawa. And then Kai takes the seam with Hewitt playing center of the court in defense, trying to work off the block.
Masato Kai now with 7. Tomita serving. Japan fighting back. And that one bounced off the net. Well,
There'll be a
Japan
challenge
complaining.
here.
Yeah.
Kenji Ito presses the buzzer and will challenge for the block touch on the pipe attack. Or more correctly, looking for the absence of a block touch.
Officially, challenge signal by the first referee. Philippe Blaine, former head coach of France back in 1980 to 81 to 91. That was about 11 years. Head coach of France before he took over for Japan. He's been with Japan for 3 years already.
Well, serving originally in Japan as an assistant for the program behind Coach Nakagaichi, but has been instrumental in their development over the last 2 Olympic cycles, producing not just one team, but the next group of players as well. Well, Philippe Blanc thought there was a result. It was just TJ DeFalco on the screen.
Oh, he probably thought they were cheering for him as well. And there was a shot of TJ DeFalco prior. There you go. That's going to be automatic. Nishida and the crowd roars. Put in Ishikawa as well. Micah Christensen.
The director here is playing this audience like a fiddle.
Good job, Franco. Put in a shot of Liam and the crowd will
probably say nothing. No, nothing
off.
will happen there. Let's keep the camera off the commentary position, please. So we get the decision. There was indeed a block touch. A lot of movement at the net.
Wow. So Philippe Blaine regretting the challenge.
But possibly a good little break. Slow the game down a bit for Japan. 4 points down. Side out and a break point, and all of a sudden this game is wide open again. So there's the side out.
Yep, that cooled off. Max Holt as well on the serve. Max Holt played in the Olympics for Team USA already. Twice. He was an alternate in the 2012 Olympics. Larry. Popped up by Kessel. Ooh, quick touch coming from Averill.
And asking for too much on Adera on the block. Lovely cutback by Taylor Averill. USA maintain their 4-point advantage.
5 for Averill already. Back to a 4-point lead for the USA. Their biggest lead was 5. And they can't go any further than 4. Actually, go down to 3 off a free point.
One of the few parts of his game, Carl Ensing, where he doesn't really have to be able to take advantage of his power. He's a really strong shoulder. Hasn't found the rhythm on serve yet in this game.
Meantime, a gorgeous serve coming from Miyaura. Speaking of Miyaura, oh! Blocked by Kessel, and it bounced on the body of Miyaura.
Lovely read blocking by the Americans. They stay in the middle of the court. They don't move until the ball is left to setter's hands, so they can make their most dynamic move.
Very good scouting by the Americans after the 19-point performance of Miyaura. He's been checked today by the defense. Fukatsu to Kai. Shoji popping it up. Wait a minute.
That'll be a net touch.
Mike Mike Kama'a saying nope, wagging his finger. So there's going to be a challenge for Coach Tom Sparrow. Beg your pardon, John Sparrow.
Was Tom Sparrow the pilot? The pirate? That was Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow. Tom Skerritt was the pilot.
Ah, that Tom Skerritt. And Tom Selleck was
Magnum PI.
He was Magnum PI and the honorary captain of the 1984 USA volleyball team.
Seriously?
We've gone the full circle. We've got back there now somehow. The challenge for the net touch faults is overturned. The referee's decision will stand. And Japan draws within 3 in the middle parts of the second set.
And this is the closest they've been for a while. Let's see if Team USA can hold off this run. Masato Kai says no! That's going to be the 3rd ace for Masato Kai. What a game for the youngster today.
That is a really tough angle, trying to take the small part of the court between the receiver and the line. Jordan Ewart cannot get forward enough to cut off the angle on that ball because it's traveling so fast. Great serving by Kai.
Japan within 2. A much better pass from Kessel. There's Ewart off the block. That ends the mini run for Japan.
It's what Jordan Ewart likes to do. Get the ball there, work with the block, see what's in front of him.
So somehow, Avril and the Americans find a way to keep themselves ahead. Overpass, Max Holt. Fukatsu resets. Tomita will tip it. Kept alive by Ma. Ewart. Passed by Okawa. Onodera. Yes, that one-handed dig. No longer working for Avril.
This is the one Avril needs to commit fully to, not just stick a hand out at. But the tempo here, that Onodera arrives early and forces Holt to make the choice of the read between first tempo and pipe, because then he knows that Kai is on the run in the space behind.
Onodera. Japan within 2. Ma chasing that one down. Ensing. Popped up by Miyaura. Fukatsu says, I got it. Here comes Tomita. Oh, what a block again. Max Holt.
Fukatsu leaves Tomita a huge amount of work to do. Needs to get that ball inside the antenna so Tomita has the block in front of him. Right there, he's just trying to not miss the court on this swing. He doesn't really have an angle to play, so easy for the US block to push straight forward and take advantage.
Chance of USA ringing inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Fukatsu all the way out to Miyaura. Oh, terrific play by Miyaura. Adjusts to avoid the block by Holt and lets that trickle in.
Works the block beautifully. He's been struggling with the power choices. Now goes with a bit of finesse. Max Holt does make a good move, but the timing, the little delay of the ball traveling from Miyaura's hand to his is all that Miyaura needs for the point.
15 serving 17. Another 2-point deficit here for Japan.
What a dig by Tomita.
Tomita answers again, going over the block. That one picked up.
The challenge will come mid-rally for the antenna touch by the American block.
Coach Blaine so far is 0-1. This challenges.
Shoma Tomita. Wow. Yeah. That was an incredible dig to keep that point alive. And if it forces a blocking error from the USA by touching the antenna, that dig alone is worth the point.
And if successful, it's going to be a 1-point game, the closest Japan has been since the start of set number 2. Ryuji Nippon have 2 big tournaments still to come, and then got the finals of the VNL and then Paris Olympics. Meanwhile, the USA will not qualify for the finals in Łódź, Poland, and they will use that time to rest up, heal, and want Jeski up and running when they hit the Olympics come July.
So the challenge is successful. Not particularly clear in the video we got shown, but there is a contact by the right arm of Jordan Ewart on the antenna.
So it's a 1-point game. Akihiro Fukatsu will serve. Ma'a. It was Ensing. Blocked by Larry. And that's a point for Ryujin Nippon to tie the game at 17. And that bicep flex is getting prevalent in this match. Timeout, Team USA.
Good. Yeah. Guys, hey, listen. Hey, we need more recycle. After defense, when the ball is not good, we need more recycle. Second, it's no more possible attacking zone 6. Finish. Attacking 1 and 5, out, whatever, but no in 6. Okay, everybody. Okay, service to number 15, and we touch the ball all the time.
Hey, we have a lot of chances for touches. When in doubt, put it high to the middle. Okay, let's control this. Here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Japan with the advantage in reception and on service. Attack really close. The message from Javier Weber, not hitting the ball at 6. So not hitting the ball in the middle of the back row, that they'd have to take some more angles on what they're working on, force Japan to scramble a little bit further. And on their serve, they have to go after Masato Kai. They have identified him as the weakest receiving option. Shomata Midza on the court, as well in the receiving group. Itogawa.
Combination play. And USA restores order as Cody Kessel gives the team a 1-point lead.
Kessel, a little bit of hairdressing on the high top fade of Larry.
Ewart. Larry answers back.
Much better body position on the serve from Ewart. Larry drifts just outside the grasping hands of Max Holt.
4 points now for Larry. And Japan equalizes once again. Tomita. Ma'a. All the way back out to Ensing. Finds the opening in the back row of Japan.
Ma'a identifies the situation really early that he has the block following him. So Larry moving forward, taking responsibility for Max Holt. Flings it long, and a great solution by Kyle Ensing.
Max Holt serving 19-18. Pass by Kai. Kai will get it back. Triple block is there, and nowhere to go. Ogawa pops it up. Miura, one-on-one against Kessel. Kai pounds that one in and through.
Wonderful patience from Japan. Multiple cycles, playing the long ball with non-setters setting. And Kai goes off the head of Ensing.
19 all. Now a chance of Nippon ringing inside Mall of Asia Arena. The crowd can't make up their mind. Larry sends that one outside. That's how in love Filipinos are with their volleyball. Now chance of USA. Led by Micah Christensen. No surprise there. 20 serving 19. That is going to be wide, so tit for tat. One service fault after another. So Miura serving. Oh, terrific serve by Miura right into Shoji.
Cannons off the chest of Eric Shoji. The ball was going long, but it arrived with such pace he could not get out of the way. A little bit of curl from the left-hander. Timeout USA.
Okay. Hey, we got to get the ball at 15 at all costs, serving the ball. Get the ball at 15. All of our points are serving 15 right now. Okay? Okay. Yep.
Hey, team side out here, huh? Pop it up, recycle, we're covering, banging, we're covering. Team side out, right here, boys. Go.
Let's go. Hands on deck.
1, 2, 3.
Fun little project for the viewers. Now that they know that the message has been expressed twice, that the ball has to go on number 15, Masato Kai, to see how well top-level players. These guys are all pros playing in good leagues around Europe and the world. How well they can execute that service plan and how hard it is to do this with aggression. Simple idea, hard to do.
Right now, Japan leading by 1. USA looking for a side out so they can serve to Kai. They don't have to do much. Miura gives it up. We're tied at 21.
So Cody Kessel on the float serve. A little bit easier for him to target Masato Kai. Tomita and Ogawa will look to make his area pretty small so that Kai can take it either directly in his arms or perhaps even step up on hands.
Cody Kessel with a serve. Katsu. Here comes Miura. Right into Kessel and puts Japan back up by 1.
Kessel looking to go short on Kai. Onodera gets in the way. Not a bad outcome. Usually you would prefer to not have your middles receiving serve.
So Miura in double digits with 10. The only player in double digits for both teams. Masato Kai with a serve. He's been acing so far here in the opening and second set as Ensing sends it to Miura for the point. Taking a look at a swing by Kyle Ensing. That's his 9th point of the game. USA staying within a point. Avril to serve. Ogawa with a beautiful receive. Tomita pushes. Ogawa all the way out to Miura. Single blocker. Ensing digs it up. Overpass there. And overdone by Ogawa. Ewart, yes!
Masato Kai caught moving late in position 6. That'll be timeout for Japan, down 23-22.
Master. Good play for sure, good. Good fight and pass. Allez. Cool. Passing. And you take this side out, okay? Continue to go to different places. Il faut pas, il y a Teddy Ball qui nous
Even the back of Ishikawa getting huge cheers. Imagine if they saw his front. The serve from Avril is trying to get to Kai, but Ogawa has positioned himself such that it has to be right on Kai, which makes it not the easiest reception, but a lot easier than when he has to take a big amount of court. So Ogawa will play the seam to his right. Tomita playing the space Ogawa might leave, and then the ball short in front of him.
Avril. This time Ogawa overpasses. And a 1-2 play for Ma'a. That is dug. Miura decides not to hit it. The set was too wide. Ma'a. And Ewart turned away. Ma'a picks it up. Avril will set it. Ewart. That is dug in the back row by Ogawa. Tomita. Yes! Japan ties the game at 23.
The pressure of time, the pressure of tempo in transition from Japan. The swing from Tomita after Ogawa makes a really good dig, but gets out there. The ball's probably not going to make it. It's not his strongest swing. It's probably not going to land in the court, but just the pressure of time forces Ewart to stick a hand out. Wonderful speed in transition from Japan. 23 apiece. Onodera to serve.
Onodera has a couple of aces already. Not that time. Ewart is rejected. Ma'a goes to Ensing. Ensing sends it outside.
Japan goes up, set point after trailing for almost all of this set. Great determination at the end, a couple of good defensive plays, and putting the pressure on USA to execute flawlessly.
There's Ishikawa. Still not a second of action for Yuki Ishikawa. Good pass coming from Ewart.
Miyaura makes the dig.
Tomita
Tomita has to work.
narrowly avoids touching the net. Onodera, out to Miyaura. Eric Shoji, right place, right time. Ma'a. Kessel ran out of air. Tomita is blocked. Larry pops it up. Tomita will send it over down the line. Popped up by Ensing. Ma'a. Ewart blocked. Oh, what a rally. Longest so far of the set. Ma'a. That is picked up easily by Onodera. Miyaura flying in. Kabang!
What a rally. Ma'a, multiple swings. Great scramble on both sides. Jordan Ewart shows wonderful composure and control to recycle multiple times in the rally, trusting his teammates. But in the end, Kenta Miyaura gets the strongest swing, works off the block, and Japan takes a lead 2-0.
What a come from behind win by Ryuji Nippon after trailing by much of the second set. They stuck up from behind Team USA and somehow carve out a W. Right now, let's take a look at our very tiny bit because they're going to have to prepare for the 2024 Paris Olympics, which they qualified for along with several other teams here in the Philippines, like Japan, France, of course, as the hosts and the defending Olympic champions. Set number 3 is underway. And immediately, Masato Kai making his presence felt. He is now in double digits with 10 points. Gorgeous swing coming from Jeff Jendrick, who's starting for the first time in the match here in set number 3. Jendrick had 10 points, so was a starter against Germany. Out of that 10 points, he had 4 blocks. 1 all. Push by Masato Kai, it's turned away. Masato Kai will try again. This time it's outside, but there's a touch against Ma'a. So no runs for Team USA. As Masato Kai gets back-to-back points, now has 11. He has all of the 2 points of Japan here in the third and what could be a final set if the USA are unable to turn it around. Jendrick. Likewise, Jendrick has all of the 2 points of the Americans, so they're tied at 2 each. Jeff Jendrick, 29 years old, one of the younger players in the lineup of Coach Spurl out of Loyola University, has been with the national team for the last 9 years. Back row, there's a nice hit by Tomita, who's in the starting lineup after coming off the bench the last 2 sets. Tomita now with 3. And made very good decisions in the second set. To help Japan keep in step with the USA. We're looking to blow out Japan in the second. Masato Kai has popped up by Shoji. Ensing cross court, and he got it. Kyle Ensing now with 10. So he is the first American in double digits. It's a side-out battle to start set number 3. And no team really getting any form of momentum so far. Jendrick with a nice looking serve. Katsu out to Tomita. There, a nice block coming from Ma'a. Really is not the tallest of setters, only 6'3". A very explosive leap from Ma'a. So the USA up by 1. Second straight serve for Jendrick, targeting Ogawa. Miyaura, that's blocked, so back-to-back monster blocks. This one from Jordan Ewart. A quick 2-point run for the Americans, a huge smile. Base of Kessel. Ewert now with 5 points. Third straight serve for Jendrick. Miura, yes, this time goes above the block. Averill holding his hands to his face, like really upset he let this one go. He was a little late on that, right between his arms. So Japan stops the 2-point run of the Americans. It's a 1-point game. Here comes Onodera again. Oh, terrific pass coming from Kessel and Averill. Oh, but a great dig coming from Onodera. Rally continues. Ewert. Shoji picks it up. Ma looking for his choices. Picks Everett. Dive by Miura to keep it alive. Masato Kai, back row. Shoji. That bounces off and out.
Japan has a lot of solutions for Jordan Ewert in attack. The short ball, the work off the block. They've decided how they want to defend that, and it's working pretty well. The onus now on Ewert to find another solution, to go into the bag, rummage around, and find out what's going to work for him next.
So a little 2-point run for Ryujin Nippon to tie the game at 5. And Singh, that is a dig too much and goes outside off Kai.
That ball was hit unbelievably hard.
You mentioned earlier how Ensing has a big swing, huge power on that shoulder. And
that's another man with a strong shoulder.
Everybody's flexing.
I think Franco and TJ DeFalco might have teed that one up. The guys in the truck might have been paid off by TJ DeFalco for that last one. But Larry finds the seam.
Ma'a out of Averill. Yes.
The Japanese block shifts, knowing that the ball is going to be in front. Nothing on the right side of the court, but that means that Taylor Averill is matched up on Shoma Tomita, and that is a win for Taylor Averill.
8 points now for Averill. And off the receive, Masato Kai. Coach Sparrow ain't been targeting him since the opening set. That is why.
Not a target thing that happens instantly or immediately, but you have to stay on it and stay on it. Just a little pause. One of the balls rolling from out of play to in. Safety first.
Jordan Ewert. This time, it's Ogawa. Miura tries to roll it over the block. Ma, Ensing got it.
Ensing doesn't have a fast arm, but it's a really heavy arm. I'm not saying he has a slow arm at all, but he doesn't need a big wind-up. He doesn't need a lot of approach. He can just jump up and rip it.
Much better pass coming from Kai. Kai from the back row. And Kai makes them pay dearly on that back row hit.
Once again, use of space by Fukatsu. He sees Taylor Averill follow the shoot call. Knows the space is in the middle of the court. Allows Kai to go at 120 kilometers an hour straight down the middle of the runway.
Kai with 13. And Japan within 2. Ma with the underhand pass. Kessel against 3 blockers. Miura keeping it alive. Miura gets it back. Blocked. Fukatsu. Ogawa sets. No. Gives it to Ensing for the easy tip.
Ogawa shooting up a little bit too much. Trying to throw that ball in right on the tape. The only person able to take a real swing at that, or not even a real swing, but to get their hand on it, is Kyle Ensing.
USA back on top by 3. Taylor Averill serving again. Larry, yes! Larry now with 6.
The downside of having a singular service target to focus on is it allows the opponent receivers to start adjusting a little bit earlier. They would have figured out that's our guy. That's who we need to protect a little bit. So to get it into the small area usually means the serving team has to take a little bit off to hit the target.
Cody Kessel with the receive. Kessel gets it back and finds the opening. The entire defense of Japan rushing forward. Nobody left in the back row.
Hewitt with a great high ball set. Gets the ball in front of Kessel right to the net. Allows Cody to go and choose a spot on the floor. He's a really athletic player, so he can go up and just pick where he wants to play the ball from there.
Kessel now with 6. And the USA lead is back to 3 points. Great serve coming from Ensing. Miota, yes, chooses the outer arm of Kessel to score a point and get a side out for Japan.
One of the things that makes Miura such a good player is that he forces you to pick your poison. Kessel stays inside. They look to block cross court. And then for Miura as the left-hander, just lets the ball travel a little bit further and can swing down the line, which is open.
13 for Miota. Shoji passes. Ma'a. Ensing again. And that angle has been open for Ensing all day.
The biggest area of improvement for Masato Kai is his timing on block. He seems to get into his go move a little bit too late. He's always chasing the hitter instead of being able to see it early from the setter's hands and be over as the hitter's hitting the ball.
Now it's a quick one on Odera getting involved in the offense.
It's also one of the skills that's quite hard to develop. With reception, you can do a lot of reps. You can stand there and work with the ball. You get a lot of immediate feedback from the ball leaving your arms. The timing and positioning on block, a lot trickier to get the feel for some.
That's serve. This one is another ace for Masato Kai. That's going to be ace number 4 of the youngster.
Wonderful serve, picks the seam. Both Eric Shoji and Cody Kessel leaving that one long.
Yeah. And that look on the face of Coach Spurl says it all. Japan can tie on another ace by Kai. Did you get it? No, not this time. So back to a 2-point cushion for the Americans. Jeff Jedrick with his serve. Jedrick with a couple of points. Still no ace. And we'll miss that one. Japan within 1, getting a freebie. Coach Spurl showing Jedrick, this is where you should sort the ball.
In,
yeah. That's the crucial part that we left out. Onodera. Ma'a to Ewart. And Ewart snuck it in the block.
I really like that connection between Ma'a and Ewart. The awareness of that Ewart's running basically first tempo, the same speed a middle would be running, even though the ball is shifted. Just a little pop out of the hands, and Ewart is up and ready above the block to push down. Takes a lot of athleticism, a lot of confidence in your setter to be able to play like that.
Katsu. Miura. And off the fingertips of Kessel and outside. 14 for number 4.
Rotation 1 for the USA. Ewart hitting from position 2. Ensing in 4. The choice on the serve to slow down Ewart.
Oh, so many options flying and coming to the net from the USA. Just totally confused the defense of Japan.
Well, it makes a simple choice also for Ma'a. He's got first tempo in front and pipe, even with Jordan Ewart slowed down after the reception. So still 3 choices available.
Service ace for Jordan Ewart. And USA answer right back and restore a 3-point cushion, forcing Coach Philippe Lane to call a timeout. This is his first one.
Very deep, very deep this serve. Long, very long. Okay. Guy, this setup make this very simple. Keyong, he may commit on left. When he call be quick, we play right. And when setter is front, is A quick to play fast with him, so we can make option 4.
The way that Philippe Lane is talking about what their block should do is based around the idea of setter calls. So in specific situations, or usually by rotation, you'll say the setter is getting the middle to run this route, and as a result, he's wanting to create this play out of it. So with A quick, that's the one close to the setter that he's wanting to play one in front. If he's calling the long quick, the B, the shoot, the 7, he's wanting to play that and back.
That's popped up by Kai. Miura sends it way to the back and outside. Well, USA benefiting from a few errors here from Japan, and they're up by 4.
That's a good quality serving by Jordan Ewart.
Fukatsu. Kai with a tip. Oh, terrific dig coming from Ma'a. Kessel. That could have been outside, but Kai picking it up. Here comes Tomita. Blocked by Kessel. Miura winds up. Blocked again. Tenacious defense at the net for the USA, but Larry bites away as only one blocker went up against him.
It's the patience by Japan once more. They're not rushed out of bad situations. Spread block from Avril, unable to find the right angle against Larry.
So just when it looked like USA was pulling away, Japan with a side out there within 3. Ma'a. Now too close to the net, and that tip by Ensign goes outside. So 2 straight points for Japan.
Kai, he's up there, but he's not at his strong point at what would be the contact. He's still floating and waving a little bit. Hasn't gotten the routine of really picking his spot and pressing over the net on block.
Well, Japan slowly building momentum. Now, unfortunately, that one is outside for Tomita.
Taylor Averill will be the next server for the US. Has a really good, strong hybrid, so float, serve, toss, snaps over the top. Can push strong on the float cross court and has some variation short as well.
Oh, and right on cue, almost got an ace. I believe that is an ace.
It's about time that I talked up someone serving and it worked out okay. Normally it's usually the thing that comes out of my mouth before they make an error. The challenge will come from Japan, challenging whether the ball touched the floor or not, or whether Ogawa made a full contact. And he got all of it.
Yep. Now will be a replay of the point.
Taylor Averill smiles. He thought he'd got a winner on that one.
Tomohiro Ogawa didn't play against France. He had 8 excellent digs against the Netherlands. This is just his 2nd game in the 3rd leg of the VNL. Kai pops it up. Larry once again, back-to-back points for Larry. 8 already.
He's making a lot of people happy, Larry. Taylor Averill gets caught following the block. He wants to move into the court following the blockers. Needs to hold his spot. As a result, opens up the space on his left. That's where Larry goes.
2-point run for Larry and Japan. Ma'a. There's another block. And Sayan Onodera gets into the picture. Monster block makes it a 1-point game.
Onodera reads the arm position of Mike Ma'a super early. He sees that there's no chance for him to flick the ball backwards. Just taken low out in front.
Showed you with a perfect pass. Ensing tips, blocked up top by Kai. Kessel. Well, come up short.
Not the connection the USA wanted. Maha gives a little bit too much loop. Cody Kessel waiting for the passport, the antenna. 18 apiece, and USA will take a timeout.
Okay. Hey, Jeffrey, when you're running that pop, make sure you come in and really come in at that angle. You kind of came in here and you got shot committed, all right? So just make sure you come in, create that angle, and then go straight.
Hey, we set out for a lead here. Let's go.
Right here. Hey, keep setting on this song.
Keep going.
1, 2, 3. USA.
What Coach Sparrow is asking of Jeffrey, it sounded like he was in trouble for a second there. I'm not sure what his middle name is, but Jeffrey Jendrick was asked to really commit to the angle of his approach. Sometimes as a middle, when you know what the set is going to be, you kind of get to a point where you feel like you're good to hit it. What he's asking is that the call is you run really hard at the angle and force a reaction from the opposition middle, and then you make your jump into the space.
Well, Jeffrey is not in trouble, but the entire team is. Their 4-point lead has been erased. Larry has 2 of that 4-point run. Ensing, chance for Japan to take the lead. Miota against a double block. It's popped up by Ewart. Kessel on the attack. And through the fingertips of Tomita, and the USA get a side out after the timeout.
Another great defense by Jordan Ewart in 6. Allows Cody Kessel to work off the top. Shoma Tomita unable to control the touch off the block. Jordan Ewart getting it done at the net with the ball at service and in defense.
Ensing serving 19-18. Kai off the block and outside. Big smile on the face of the 20-year-old Masato Kai.
A moment now for Japan to put the pressure on serve. Kenta Miyaura has the two American receivers, together. Well handled by Ewart.
Kessel. Okawa backpedals. Fukatsu. This time Onodera delivers. And Japan on top by 1.
Fukatsu does a lovely job delaying the release. Just waits till he's starting to drop and then shoots the ball to the hand of Onodera. And as they enter the 20s, it is Japan with a 1-point lead. USA timeout.
Hey, we're talking here, yeah? Again, hey, we're good. Middle of the court, side out.
I got short.
Everyone ready?
Hey, Cody, that's fine, but you gotta go flat. Okay. You're going down at it, send it, because it's harder for them to defend that anyway.
Ready, side out. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. USA.
Microphone picking up all the activity in the USA timeout. The last little message that we heard with Sparrow to Cody Kessel is that he needs to go and get after the ball. He's letting it drop a little bit and waiting, and he needs to go and get it, and he can be really aggressive at the top of the block.
8 points for Onodera, coming off a 0-point performance against France in that 5-set win. Miota showed you with a great pass. Ma and Ensing. Fukatsu to Kai. Okawa pops it up. And this time Miota on the other side. Miota nails that one in. That's going to be 15 points for Miota. Terrific angle. Huge gap in between the blockers as Miota knocks it in and gives Japan a 2-point lead. No more timeouts for the Americans as we see Jake Haynes is not in the lineup against Brazil. See action for the first time. Ensing will sit down. Jake Haynes, 26 years old, out of Illinois. Been with the national team for the last 4 years. Miota. Oh, an ace! Miota is on a roll. 16 points. That is his 3rd ace of the game. And Ishida ought to be happy. Big smile as Japan now leads by 3. And are 3 points away from winning the match in straight sets. And Nishikawa, Sekita not even breaking a sweat today. That'll be an ace. Again, back-to-back aces for Miyaura as Japan is running away with us. Again, no more timeouts for the USA. Miyaura coming off a 19-point performance. And he might just reach that. He keeps on acing here. Got 17 already. And another one. Yes, it is. Miyaura. Terrific serving. Just punching holes in the receive defense of the Americans. And that'll give USA nightmares here. Miyaura serving like a carbon copy of how Nishida burned Canada. One service ace after another in the FIVB World Cup back in 2019. Haynes with his first touch. That's popped up by Ogawa. Kai. And that'll do it. Japan with a wonderful run to close it out and delight this crowd, carving up a 3-set win against Team USA. Japan will go up to 9-3 in the standings, while the USA will drop down to 5-7. We mentioned Nishida and company will qualify for the finals in Łódź, Poland. Meanwhile, the USA will not. They are 11 out of the 12 teams, or make that 11 out of the 16 teams. They jumped up from 12 to 11, but that is not enough. Only the top 8 will move to the finals in Łódź.